Hello and welcome to this week's Cari Connects. I am Psychic Medium Cari Mugz, and each week I pull a card from a deck to let you know what's coming up for the week and the signs and symbols to watch for. So this is kind of your weekly vibe. If you are listening to this on my Spunky Spirit podcast, you can watch it on all of my social media platforms, and all of those are listed in the show notes below. Speaking of my Spunky Spirit podcast, I am revamping and starting 2 record sessions again this week, and it's called I can't decide if I want to call it Spunky Spirit the Awakening Sessions or Spunky Spirit the Seeking Sessions, because I think it's both about awakening and seeking information, spiritual information. So there will be, starting this week, there will be more episodes on my Spunky Spirit podcast that I will drop. So look for that. And this week we are using the Energy Spirit Oracle, because this week I really feel like we need to pull. This is kind of a seeking inside of ourselves deck. And so I kind of wanted to take a deep breath, know that a lot of stuff is coming up. We've already been through a lot this year, but November and December aren't going to slow down. So maybe this week we can take a big breath before all of that starts. So on the back of each card, there's it looks like a jellyfish a little bit, but it's like a flower. And then each card is beautifully illustrated, and all of them are pretty self-explanatory. I honestly don't think that you need, if you wanted to practice, this could be a good practice deck. So, okay. And I love that because in the box it says, your life is vibrating with unlimited potential. Manifest miracles with spirit every day. And that's what we do. We manifest miracles with spirit every day. We try and find the magic in the mundane, the magic in every single moment, the magic amidst the chaos. So I keep saying so. Okay. Phase entanglement. I'm not sure. Let's hold on to this. So this week you might get pulled into some drama, some gossip, some entanglement. And it's really important that you stand your ground. I love this. The number's 33. 333 is you are being watched over by your ancestors and your guides. And if you see 333, it's spirit reminding you to kind of take a step back and remember that, talking about people and gossiping about people isn't very high frequency or very high vibe. You are an emotional influence. So you can stop the buck or you can defend. If you don't feel comfortable defending, you can just get out of the situation, get out of it. This is the time for you to build boundaries. I remember when I was going through, gossip can hurt really, really bad. Gossip hurts people. It's a low frequency. And sometimes you don't know the whole story. And I remember I was going through my divorce, and it was pretty brutal. And there was some other people involved, there was cheating involved, not on my part. And so anyways, I remember sitting in a volleyball game, and there were 2 women in front of me, and they had no clue that I was this man's wife. And they were totally talking about how I just left him on a whim, and how he was the victim, and he was so much. I could hear everything that they were saying about how I was treating him badly, or I left him because I found perfume or cologne somewhere. It was ridiculous. And I just sat there thinking, they have no clue. They have no clue what this did to me and my family. They have no clue the emotions and the fear and the anxiety that this all brought on. Divorce is no joke. And so I remember thinking they have no clue. And I remember thinking that day that if I were to ever talk about, I don't know the whole story. And nobody's perfect at this, right? Like, everybody still talks about people sometimes, but really watch when you get pulled in, because you have no clue. You have no idea what that person is going through, what they've been through, what their traumas are, what their anxieties are. Really no clue whatsoever. Even if they're in the wrong, you have no clue talking about, and you have no right talking about somebody else's trauma or anguish or anxiety and knowing how you would handle it. I remember thinking, before my divorce, I watched a friend go through a divorce, and her husband had multiple affairs on her. And I remember thinking, I would never go through. I would never stay. And then it happened to me, and I thought, I have so much invested. I have these kids. I have 15 years. How can I leave this? And so you never know. You never, ever know what somebody's going through. So remember, you are an emotional influence. You can influence for the good. You can be for the good. So when you are in this phase of entanglement this week, when somebody tries to vent to you or somebody tries to talk bad about somebody else, you need to remember that we have no clue, and really try and build boundaries around this, because honestly, it just hurts you. It affects you. It lowers your frequency. It lowers your vibes. And you have no idea what this other person is going through. So, phase of entanglement this week, you're going to be pulled into some drama. You're going to be pulled into maybe some bad gossip or bad talk. And here's the difference. Like when somebody reaches out and needs your help, that's a different story. But when somebody just reaches out and wants to talk bad or talk crap about somebody else, that's not okay. That's a whole different matter. So just kind of watch your P's and Q's. That's what my mom, watch your P's and Q's. And just remember, all is fair in love and war. Like it's just, there are no rules to life, and you can do you need to do what benefits you. And so or what I mean is, all is fair in love and war. Like this rule, it can be brutal, and what goes around comes around, and you get what you put out there. So if you are continuing to talk about somebody and have opinions about somebody, you can very well bet somebody's doing the same thing to you somewhere out there. So just really try and have good intentions anytime that you speak someone or speak about somebody. Good intentions. So this week, the signs are whispering, probably, gossip, talking, anything in threes again. Like I think everything in threes is so crazy. Have you noticed that anytime we do a reading or a card pull, it's always like 3 priestesses, 3 queens, 3 women, 3. Anyway, so anything in threes again. And so 333. And anything that reminds you of talk or gossip. Signs don't always have to be pictures. They can be overhearing things. And if someone tries to pull you in this week, or honestly, you could be the source of it. Like you could, not the source, but somebody could be talking about you, and somebody could be saying things about you that aren't true. And just remember that the truth always prevails. I remember same thing with my divorce. I really wanted people to know the truth. I really wanted to put the truth out there. But at the end of the day, people figured it out, and the truth came out, and the truth set me free. And let people do what they want. Let them think what they want. Let them say what they want, because at the end of the day, you know what your intentions are, and um, and people will too. At the end of it, people will figure it out. So there you go. That's Cari Connects this week. Just stay strong, be who you are, be authentic. Don't participate in this, and try and be blind when people do this to you. Both ways. Just kind of stay away from it. So big minds talk about goals and dreams, and small minds talk about people and what they're doing. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week. Make sure you watch for my podcast episode this week. I think it's going to be about Scotland. One of my experiences in Scotland, one of my paranormal activity things. So it's going to be fun. So I'll talk to you guys next week.